Hi, it's John from North Star Nursery, Garden and Home, your coastal gardener. So today I wanted to talk about porch planters for fall, or any container. It doesn't have to be on your porch. It could be on your deck. It can be on your driveway. It doesn't matter. But what I wanted to talk to you about and show you are some of the things that are really incredibly beautiful. I love this time of year. Fall is kind of besides Christmas, probably it's right up there. I love the colorations of fall. I love the feeling of fall, those kind of cool mornings, and then we kind of have those warmer afternoons. It's really, really lovely. So with that said, I wanted to kind of start pointing out what you might want to consider. So a lot of you come in like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving and say, I need something beautiful for my front porch before my company gets there. So what I'm trying to help you do is kind of think ahead. So some of the things are coming in for fall, but not all of them just yet. So if you're holding out for things like the really big ornamental cabbages, those will come later on. So if you wanted to, and this is something that I do in my pots, is I will actually put a container empty in the pot and hold that space for another plant that hasn't quite come in yet. I do that so that I don't just make a short-term decision that isn't a long-term benefit. So wanted to show you a few things. We have a friend of ours who really cracked me up the other day and was saying that I was going all Wednesday Addams. And I guess for you that means, in case you're not sure, it means going all black. This is a little black grouping that I did. So we have the petunia that's of course black. We have a viola that's black. We have a mondo grass that's black. And then we also have, I love this. I'm in love with heucheras lately. They're just really beautiful. This is a variety called Shanghai. Look at that leaf. It is just incredible. The other one that I've totally fallen in love with is called Paprika. And I'm going to throw you off, David. Sorry. I just have to show you because I love it so much. This is Paprika. And to give you an idea of what it does long term, because this doesn't look as dramatic, but if you come in, which you really should, because the window boxes on the north side of the building have these in them, and they've been in since spring, and they're gorgeous. They are like 2 feet wide and about 12 or 14 inches tall, just covered with leaves. Of course, they do bloom white insignificant flowers. Honestly, I usually just pull them off because I love the foliage color. So that's the heucheras. Also wanted to, invite you guys to play with color a little bit. This is a Bidens. This one is one that we grow. I don't recall the name, but we have a lot of them. And the purple salvia with a purple viola and this lovely purple verbena. So this is your kind of thriller, filler, spiller, and extra bonus points because it's just the cutest little viola. These are called lavender pink, and they're just a really great coloration. We're getting lots of violas, lots of pansies in right now. For those of you that love there's a pansy called Frizzle Sizzle that has ruffled petals all around it. Great color. It's a mix. Those are coming in. They're not huge. I didn't bring them in because I don't even think they're showing flowers yet. But just remember to read some of the tags because some of the things coming in right now are young, but they should have a little color tag saying kind of what they are. Also wanted to point out, we've just last week, week before, we started getting the mums in. So you can certainly start with mums right now and then just deadhead them as the season progresses. A lot of these chrysanthemums are now shorter varieties. They're 12 to 15 inches tall. So they're not going to get super tall. So that's something to remember when if you're actually planting them in the ground. In the ground, they come back year after year. So with chrysanthemums, traditionally, right around July or August, we give them a good cutback so that they branch out and bloom more. It's kind of one of the tricks of the trade, if you have them in your garden. If you don't, then you're adding them, and you can do that later on. But remember, when the flowers are done, there's still more flowers coming. So there's lots of little babies down below. So go through and pick out those flowers if you want new ones coming. Also wanted to point out, we seeded some really lovely calendula. This is called Pink Surprise. It has a pink blush to it. I wouldn't call it pink, but when it opens up, it has a little bit more of a blush to it. These are the ones that were back in the wheelbarrow in our demonstration gardens. And on that point, if you haven't been in lately and looked around the nursery, you really need to come in. We have been having so much fun with the display gardens. So we redid the one around the front ramp. We did the one on the north side of the building, the one on the east side at the back. I'm working on the northeast corner right now, kind of pruning stuff back and kind of just having some fun and being creative, which is what I really love to do. So, also a lot of calibrachoas right now. So what I tend to focus on this time of year is definitely more fall colorations. This little orange one I'm in love with. It's called Conga Orange Kiss, pardon me. And then this little purple guy is Cabaret Midnight Blue. I swear, it's just these names. I guess they have to get creative with names because you can't just say orange anymore. This one is Cabaret Diva Orange. Honestly, I think it's more on the reddish range, but what I think it does is it opens up one color and then fades to the other color. So, but still very pretty. Also, oh God, how can you not love this? This is a Mimulus. It is a California native. Is it moving around too much? Good, okay. So we do have these in our native section. This is kind of a shrub, so it would eventually probably grow out of a pot, but I have one in a pot just by itself at home, and I adore it. It's gorgeous. The hummingbirds love it. The butterflies love it. I love it. The coloration is awesome. Also this time of year, even though they are an annual, marigolds are the quintessential orange power plant. They just really bloom their heads off, and they will do so until the first frost, which is usually here kind of end of November, beginning of December. And so these will definitely still take you for quite a while into the winter season. This is one of my favorites, Skyscraper Orange Salvia. It's just a really neat one. Again, kind of more corally than orange, but when you think they got a salvia to actually come close to orange, I think that's pretty impressive. Most salvias are in the pinks, blues, purples. So as far as a porch planter, I kind of got sidetracked a little bit. You want to pick something that, of course, is going to be your thriller. That's usually your more upright plant. And then you want to find a spiller, and that would be this little calibrachoa. And you could do something like a chrysanthemum if you wanted to. This one kind of has a pretty kind of almost pinky orange coloration, so you could add that. You don't have to limit it to 3 plants. I always like to overplant a container because I want it to be abundant. So I would probably add something like the black violas down here maybe to fill in this little spot, or we could do something like this, and that would really actually rotate that a little bit. I think the purple would be better on that petunia. So don't be afraid to play with it because sometimes things don't look right immediately and you don't have to plant them to play with them. You just drop them in the pot with some soil underneath it so you can kind of get a feel for what's going on. So that's that one. We do have some other Calibrachoas that we got in 1-gallon cans. I've been trying to get more 1-gallon cans because you guys need stuff that's kind of good to go and ready yesterday as opposed to some of these 4-inch guys. So we have 2 different varieties of that right now. They're mixed pots. Also, a lot of sunflowers coming in. These are little shorty guys, but they're multi-branching. So as the old flowers fade, cut them off and keep fertilizing, and you will have flowers until the first frost. We have 2 or 3 varieties.
Having technical difficulties.
Oh, we're having technical difficulties.
Hi, they get to see me for a change.
Oh, hello, David.
Oh, and I can't figure out how to get that.
Oh, how fun.
Oh.
Well,
Goodness.
this is just, isn't it so much? Do you want to do the video?
No, I'd really rather not.
Do you want to try flipping it around and doing it the other way just for now?
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Wow, that was fun.
So just lock it into place and I'll just work from here.
Okay.
Okay, great. So sunflowers, lots of them. We have 2 or 3 varieties. Most of them are shorter varieties because the growers don't like to grow the big varieties because they're hard to ship. So lots of sunflowers. We'll be getting more and more of them in 8-inch pots. So keep an eye out for those. We have some now. This is a lovely little grass, which I think is a great foil to a lot of plants and could definitely be used in a porch planter. So if you wanted to add a bit of texture to that, you could do that. Also, just want to remind you guys, make sure when you're planting that you're using Sure Start. Very important. This is a great fertilizer. And of course, if you've watched my videos before, don't forget your Parmesan shaker container. Lots of fun and very convenient. All right. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're kind of socked in fog-wise this morning, so it's kind of that quintessential fall day. So hopefully you're having a great one. If you would like to take a walk in our botanical gardens, come on in and check out our new display gardens. So we will look forward to seeing you at the nursery, and have a good day.
Bye, everybody.